Oh, hey, YouTube. Oh, gosh, I gotta move that airplane. That is a stupid spot to park an airplane. Hold on. Customize. How about, there? I don't know what runway I'm leaving on. I haven't even made a flight plan yet. Let's have a look. Debating, I want to fly out a BWI, and I've got 3 possible choices. And I think I may have changed my mind. Let's go to K. Well, I might do that. I may fly. Let me think about that for a second. Yeah, I may fly to Jacksonville. No, Wilmington. Wilmington. That's an hour flight. It's gonna be would be a short one, but then I could possibly do 2 flights tonight. I've got time, and could go to Atlanta, go down to Jacksonville. Could go to Covington. Unless I go north, which is I've got an airport up there. What is it? I'm planning on going up there when I fly the coast. This wouldn't be a coastal flight because I mean you'd see it from high altitude, yeah. But well, there's Providence. I thought I had one up in Maine. I don't. In fact, oh, I bet you. Hold on. Let me look at something. Betcha. Come on. Here we go. I've got just about all of Vertical Sim's airports, and well, there's Providence. I never even downloaded it. That's what it is. That's a little bit too close for this flight, though. But that's where I'm going to go next on the TBM. My next flight will be to Providence, and then I got to pick out a main airport. So I could just pick one up off the .org, but I've had my eye on 2, and I'll pick one of those maybe for the flight tomorrow. So let's get rid of that. But, flying the Zevo, I like flying into regional airports because it's kind of, it's a bit more of a challenge. So, and if I wanted to, I could fly from Jacksonville or from Wilmington to either Jacksonville or to Atlanta. And Atlanta is nice, or even down to Tampa for that matter, or Orlando. But we'll see more vStates here. Let's go up and take a quick look. Let's see, so let me really accelerate up. So, yep, I got Maryland about 3 days ago, and that's what this is. Can't go too high because of the haze. What is that menu showing? But yeah, this is Vertical Sims KBWI, Baltimore, Washington, and that's vStates down there. I can go a little higher. But that looks good, right? Everything's color corrected. And don't have to, you know, they're all available on their website, and it's free. And you know, you give them a donation of some kind, but you don't have to spend all that time downloading a bunch of ortho. You can just do it state by state, or the states you want. Yeah. Active sky weather. Should take a look at that real quick. Let's look at the map. There is some weather down near Wilmington, but I don't think it'll be a factor. So let's see if we can get a flight plan. I flew into Wilmington once before in the Zibo, and it was nice, a challenge. And one reason I like doing that is because, you know, it's more practical, more likely that you'll get a visual approach. So, yeah, I wish I had some more regionals. So, okay, let's do, okay, KBWI. Yeah, and besides, I can take another flight from right there, so it's not bad. Gives me three or four options to fly out of there. So that's always nice to have. Depart runway 33 left. And let's see what the flight plan looks like. That's not bad. Let's see. GPU connect. Turn that up. 3 green. 3 green. Flaps up. Flaps up. It didn't do it. Hold on. Okay. Zibo. Here we go. 1 hour and 8 minutes in flight. Not bad. Block fuel is 15196. I'll get that loaded up. Don't hear much sound. Why not? Enter IRS position. I will. Well, that's not bad. Let's click a switch. Don't tell me I've got to restart. I think there's a way to hey pilot guy, how are you? I may have to restart. I remember somebody telling me that there was a way to switch your sound source without leaving X-plane. I'm trying to remember what it is. It wouldn't be that, would it? No, that was too easy. Let me try something. Okay, so that's right. Can you hear me okay? You have no idea. Can you hear me okay? Manage sound devices. Let's disable that. Ah, I got it. Okay. That's going at it that way. Did you do any flying today? That's good. And clear. I did enter the IRS position. Tell me I turn those on. I did. Let's go back. Try the Lugano approach with the TV. How'd that go? Okay. And I was actually looking at the ortho. I've about got vStates done. Might have it done tomorrow. It's going to take me a few hours, and then I may. I've got to figure it out. I'm looking. There's lots of choices over there. Um, I may. Um, I may do all of Italy, start there, and then go along the southern France coast, and then down to Barcelona, at least that far, and start that way, and then just start filling in. Went surprisingly well. Very interesting 6.65-degree approach, though, going around idle power on the glide. 6.65. Were you coming in over the mountains? Because I would think that coming in over the lake, it would just be a regular old approach. I mean, when I saw it on YouTube, when I saw that Mustang, if you look it up, you might find it. Oh, wait a second. You said Lugano. I think we were talking about. Hold on. Come over here. There's two airports over there I saw. And let's see. So I got to zoom in so I can see the airports up here. We were talking about Locarno and Lugano. Could be. Let me see this. Well, it could be either one of them. I'll have to look it up. Well, hold on. Maybe I can find it. Lugano. Let me see if it pops up. Scottsdale. No, I don't see it. There's a mountain and then you have the lake. You start on a glide at 7 to 8 miles from 6,000 feet. So you're losing 1,000 feet per mile, so 2,000 feet per minute. Yeah, it might take me a while to find this other approach. Sometimes videos get pulled from YouTube, which I don't necessarily understand why, but sometimes they do. There was a guy that was doing training on a Mustang and Flight 1 or the Citation Mustang Real World, and there were some really good videos on how to, you know, the flows for departure and stuff like that. And he deleted them, and I was like, why did you delete those? But yeah, that's the procedure. I used to love to fly the Mustang, but that's on prepared, not here. And yeah, maybe it'll work in the new sim, you know, Flight Sim 2020. If it does, I'll be all over that one. Yeah, I mean, the graphics on it needed a rework. That's probably not. As you know, I like to do visual. Well, I guess I could. It wouldn't be hard for me to convince anybody on VATSIM to vector me for a visual approach. Right now, there's very little. In fact, there's no VATSIM online for Washington Center. So yeah, I'd be on Unicom the whole time unless somebody pops in, and it won't be that guy. I think they wore him out last night. That poor controller. But you know, those are the times you remember when you're super busy and they really challenge you. You know, those are the days you talk about and you remember. So, let's see, I was going to load up my airplane. Look, we're not taking anything. Zero payload. 38.9. Okay, so 38.9. Pretty full airplane. Yeah, it is full. And we're going to Wilmington like that? Alright, so... And then fuel... 15... No. Yeah, 15.2. Yeah, it would have been nice to get that last vector to the approach, but landing. Okay, so I've got to call the fuel truck while we're doing this. Yep, it's telling me I'm leaving this on. I'm not going to lose my in fact, I should probably check my curves real quick. Joysticks. Speed brakes. And let's go here. I hope it didn't mess these up. Edit response curve. I think that's okay. I don't know. I should take pictures of these. That way, if I ever lose them again, you know, I won't be dead in the water. Have to reinvent them. They do look like I set them, so maybe that's okay. So just one flight today. BAL. Oops. Baltimore. Victor 93. Victor? No. Let's get a different flight plan. Here we go. See how much fuel we need for that. So we need 13,646. What's our passengers though? Same. Hold on. Let's make sure. 38.9 and fuel is 13.6. So 13.6. You use SimBrief, right? When you're flying online? Or do you use your own company tool? Yeah, 13.6 is already loaded. So I can take the park and brake is on. Oh, those are already off. Back. Okay. Okay, so I gotta replace that fix. Yeah. I've never had a problem with it calculating fuel before. Though one would think that, why isn't it taking that? Oh, J193, dyslexia. To HCM. To ISO, Kingston. Oh. Activate, execute, departure. We're doing 3-3 left, and the Conley 3 to Colin. Arrival. There is no arrival, but we are arriving on. I went the wrong way. 3-5. Execute. Let me look at KILM's runway 35. am. That's the shorter of the two runways, 7754. With me and my long landings, that'll be interesting. Let's see, so there's the route. And legs, step. Okay, so that's a vector on departure. ISO. Execute. And yeah, let's see. Let me look at this star. Oh, it's not there, it's over here. Tab, airport, KBWI. I'll just do this the same way so I always know where the charts are. So we're departing 33 left. So I guess we taxi down here. Wow. Tango, Echo, Papa, Delta, Delta 1. Oh, Lord. Tango, Echo, Papa, Delta, Delta 1. So there's that. And BWI, go back, departure, Conley 3. So, okay, so those are obstacles. What's down here? Climb heading 335 to 667 feet. Then on heading 335, expect radar vectors to OHSSS at or above 11,000, then track 212. Okay, so, yep, those are right. 335. Okay. So we're good. So I'm flying a little earlier than I did last night, and it's a shorter flight. So maybe I won't keep you up so late. I'm looking at my reserves. 6.2, 6.3. 6.3. Cost index is 20. Altitude is steps. Actually, it's 280. I don't know how this is handled, but this is a step climb. So I start out at 280 and then go up to 360 at HCM. So I guess I put 280 here. exec. Really wants to do that. Okay, so 008 at 35. And that's at 280. And then 13C. Just go to 360 already. Happens many times on the flight plan, but then you ask final level to ATC and they give it to you. We never stay low as the flight plan says. Okay. So I'll put 360 in here. Weirdly, okay, so I don't think that, does that really change anything? No, not really. No, no. It, yeah, the wind velocity is two knots different. And let's see, so what's the temperature out there? 30, it's hot, I'll do takeoff. And flaps 5 is fine. CG. One 4.8. I guess you could just, I mean, you put it on typically LNAV, VNAV, but you could just do a level change. Could you just do a level change and then open the altitude window and just put in 280? Let's try to go. I mean, if you had to, I don't know. I know the only place I've really seen step climbs is, I have had them occasionally in the TBM, weirdly, but it's usually because you're trying to save gas because the wind is horrible. That may be why they're doing this here. Let's see, so let's set that set altitude on departure. I forgot. Okay, so it's going to be a vector. Okay, so we'll just put in 4,000. Heading west, so we'll put 4,000 in. And that should be good. Flight directors are on. RTO. This is ready to go. Weird. What did I say? Yeah, I haven't looked at the winds, to be honest. I guess I could look at the chart and see what it is. 360. 360, and Wilmington Airport is it's probably near 0. 80, nope, 32, so I'll make it 50. Okay. That's on. Let's get the leg going. So, well, how do you, I mean, how do you do it? You actually physically put the, you know, so they clear you up to 360 and you just take your time and level off from time to time while you're on your way up there? Is that what you do? I mean, it's not much of a wind. It's 33 knots. I don't have any idea. I mean, it's 33 knots. It is towards the north. Maybe it just did it as a random thing. Thank you. Okay. Is that switch on? No, it's not. Okay. So I guess we're about ready to go. This is here, that's on legs. 667. Oh, I want to set my, set this to radio and then go up to 400. And what's our altimeter? Two 9085. We mostly look at our optimum altitude on the FMC. Well, let's see what that is. Let's go to net. It says 380. If the optimum altitude increases further during the flight, we could ask to climb higher again. Depends on if ATC allows. Okay. Yeah. You know, as much as everything is kind of shut down right now, it's pretty surprising how many airplanes are flying. I guess they're flying a boatload, you know, an airplane load of cargo. See, a boatload of cargo. Okay, so we're about ready. Let's get these people.
Flight attendants, prepare your doors for departure, please. Cross-check and all calls.
Guys are fast.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Vulcan.
So the optimum altitude changes as you're flying, huh? Like this number changes, then we would ask 380 to ATC. Sometimes they give us, other times they say 360 is final. In Europe, sometimes countries you'll be more lucky to get it than others. In Europe, yeah, in some countries. Not Turkey, but maybe Poland. My own experience. Something I like about the Zebo is they handle the doors for you. I don't want to mess with the doors. That's somebody else's job. Let's see. Ground services. And better pushback and pre-plan. looks like the taxiway right there. This is an okay airport. It cost $8, I think, right now on Vertical Sim's website.
Ground to cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
Keep trying to turn the sound. Yeah, I don't know if it'll increase much on this flight because it's only an hour-long flight, but yeah, I'll take a look. I'll keep an eye on that. Try to get everything done. These short flights are harder because you have to rush to get everything done. Vertical Sims. KBWI. Where are you? BWI, $10 for this airport. I think it's one of his newer ones. Let's see, so I need to go back here. Actually, I want to go back there. Performance. Yep. And one, take off. There we go. Alright, so we're got our flight plan. We're on that. I can disconnect the GPU. And go back here and better push back and request.
Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
Yeah, I didn't see, I switched back to the regular off of experimental on this airplane, and I didn't see much change in the thrust. So, yeah, it'll just be what it is. So, and flew the same to me.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Yes, connect. Oh, don't do that. Make them very angry. Have them cussing me out. Oh. Let's go. Well, that's on. And we're at BWI, we can go to ground. And tower is 119.4.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake. Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Alright, we'll do that. Yeah, I'm gonna fly up to Providence, Rhode Island tomorrow in the TBM tomorrow morning, and my whole plan is to get up there, and then from there I'll fly like 6,000 feet or so, and just fly up the coast and do some sightseeing. It's already 25, isn't it? I'm just sitting here, just happy as a clam. That's not bad for $10. There's good starts.
Operation complete. Go ahead and set the parking brake. Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Set. What are you complaining about? No, that's okay. You can shut that off. What is it complaining? Oh, probes. I put on the engine heat. What a bonehead. There we go. Okay. And we went flaps 5.
Tow is disconnected
Green
and bypass
light.
bin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have fun up there.
Thank you. And systems page. Something's up with my view. What is it showing the speed brake is? Okay, so this taxi route is Tango Echo Papa Delta Delta 1. Tango Echo Papa Delta. I watched taxi light. Wait. It screwed up my auto brake. I was sitting in the airport waiting for a flight. Another tip, blank for, oh yeah, I forget about that. Blank, yeah. Blank for the lower display. Then if you have a failure of something like engine vibration or oil pressure, it will pop up by itself. Okay. I didn't know it would do that. I was sitting at this airport just watching the airplanes land. I was still a student pilot and I was watching them do crosswind landings. They all cheated. You know, nobody did one wheel down or one wing down. They just basically landed on their, on both trucks at the same time and then let the airplane just turn itself. Is this echo? Yes, it is. And then Papa. Which way am I going on Papa? Papa left. Yeah, if you can see it, because if this is your view, that's the thing about simming. You don't get to see everything, not unless you're using VR or you've got a gajillion, or you've got a, sim pit like some of these guys have. It amazes me how much money they must have, $5,000–$10,000 in those things. So yeah, not bad for $10. I think that's about what I paid for when I got it. Were you guys allowed to do visual approaches at night? Or are you guys allowed to do them at night? Config checked. Flaps 5. Green light. Stab trim is set 4.75. Yep. Takeoff briefing complete. Cabin is secure. Have to be above the minimum safe altitude. That makes sense. Just gonna stop here a moment. Weird how they get that light right there. Alright, so check the traffic real quick. Something. Let's look outside. Oh. Yep. What is the wind here? The wind is 2803, so every runway's in play. Could have just as easily given me the other runway. Alright, so, oh, hello. Alright, lights, weather radar, transponder. We want, see if I can hit the spot. Auto throttle armed. And we'll do heading select. Really nice looking texture on this runway. Timer start.
V1, rotate. Positive rate.
Gear up. Come on.
$400.
Check.
1,000.
Traffic.
Hmm. Yeah.
Clear of conflict.
Thank goodness. Flaps. Flaps up. Legs. Exec. Flaps up. No lights. We can helm out. And
1,000 to go.
see, we have to be of 12,000. Well, there's an adder below altitude, adder below 14, so we gotta go 14. Okay. Let's clean it up. Pressurization looks good. Okay, air conditioning pressurization is set. Engine start switches are off. Landing gear up and off. Auto brake off. Flaps up, no lights, and waiting for altimeters. Yeah, so I could do that in, oh, that's the airport right there, isn't it? Yes, it is. I don't know what the MSA is in Wilmington. Let's look. Its MSA is 1,700 feet at Wilmington. Never done a visual at night in this airplane. It's very flat around Wilmington. Very, very flat. Right down on the ocean too. It's I'd say 5 miles from the ocean. Pretty town. Been there a few times. My daughter's down there.
1,000 to go.
So I have to call her. We were talking about music today. She's learning how to play Lights by Journey on guitar. She wanted to tell me about that. I told her to learn Comfortably Numb. Yeah, we go out over the ocean to turn final for 3-3 action. Okay, so we're 14,000. So I've got the 14,000 or below. I really didn't need to do this. Oh, I did hit VNav, so I can't see the window. Yeah. Well, I'm on VNav. So this overrides that. This overrides VNav. Right. What am I thinking? Of course it does. But if I raise this up to 36, then it should go up there automatically once we pass that fix. Am I right? I don't have to do anything. If I remember. It's like the TBM, except going upwards instead of downwards. There is no VNav going up in the TBM, at least officially. I think I've used it going up though, when I was first learning it. Yeah. I think I may have led them in that direction. I played it when I was young. I used to play things for them. Now I can't play anything. But, I don't know. My son plays really well. And, you know, she's not bad. She plays piano better than he does, and he plays guitar better than she does. I keep trying to get them to learn theory. You can learn so much more if you learn the theory. That removes the next restriction. Like, so if I did that, well, it's a little bit late now, but if I did, then it should disappear. Yep, see, it's automatically doing it before I even get the chance. Too slow. It removes the next restriction, right? So if they give you, say you had climbed 16 after this, it would only remove the 14, right? And then I guess if you wanted to go all the way up to 36 through all of the restrictions, if you had a bunch of them, you'd hit level change, maybe? Just blow right through them all. So lights should be off, and standard, and where's our top of climb? There's the top, and see the top of descent's right there. So I guess I gotta get busy here. That, and then arrival we'll do descent, do 250 / execute, go to forecast, yeah, that's it. It removes the next restriction. Just keep pressing until all restrictions are gone. My company wants VNav during climb. Yep. So So 310-359 at 24. 310-359 at 24. 200-352 at 18. And 10,001 at 11. And it's 27, temperature's 27, so it's 13 slash, actually it's 12. 2988. 12 slash 29.88. So that's done. I think I may use auto brake 3. And flaps. Runway is 77. So I could do flaps 30. I mean, when do you ever go to flaps? When do you ever use different flaps? Like I would think you'd use 40 on a real short runway. But I don't consider 7700 a real short runway. It's just a shorter runway than I'm used to. Flaps 30, also flaps 30 is preferred during gusty weather. Oh, really? Okay. So if you would use flaps 20 but it's gusty, you'd use flaps 30. So that's all that's left of the flight plan. So if I wanted to put a fix on runway 35, let's see, so I could, let's see, so I do this, so let's do departure, arrival, and we got 35, and we do 4 and 3, exec that, and then, I think I've tried this before. Let's see, so if we go back to legs, and go here. Alright, so first off, exec that. And then if I grab this and I do, let's see, so 330. Let's see, so let's do center. 330 going this way. And I want to come in from the west, so I could put a 240 at 6 or 8. So 240 slant 8. Try that. If it's very windy and the runway length allows 30, then we would use 30. The speed margin is very small with flaps 40, so okay. So there's that. Take off the center. Go back to plan. And
1,000 to go.
let's step and see what we get. And zoom in. Well, that's all. Well, it's not awful. I should have come in from the east. Let's see, so go back to center. Well, let me do that while I'm in plan mode. So I'm going 330 and I want to come from the east, so 060 at 8, thereabouts. Zero 60 at 8. And go this and 060 dash 8. Exec. Back to plan. Well, that's not bad. Kind of a tight turn. Be better if it was 070. I wish there was a way to edit that fix. There's not. Zero 70 at 8 would be better. This. What did I do? Oh no, I took off my. Oh, erase. Okay, so take this. 070/8 and put that right there. That's better. And then take that and erase that. Exec. Alright, now I've got it. Put 3,000 in. Look at what exit we want to take and check the distance we need and then decide to take 30 or 40. Yeah, well, let's see the exit I want to take. Well, we'll take a look at it. But I'm not hopeful. I'm not that good landing this thing yet. KILM. Next. And I only need one chart. Airport. This one. Kind of hard to see with the runway on it. or with the sun shining on it. Yeah, so we're landing. Oh, that's 3.5. Well, I could tell you that it would be nice to make hotel, but I don't know. Also, possibly depending on brake cooling. If we could use a lower auto brake setting with flaps 40, that can also be a factor if it's hot, for example. Well, it's going to be hot. 27 down there. So in the winter, you're more apt to use 40 with a lower auto brake, I see. If you want to make a tight turn off the runway. I don't think I'll make hotel. But, you know, I can try. Haven't even looked outside at the scenery. It's a lot quieter tonight than it was last night. Between VATSIM, talking. Yeah, there's still no controller here. Actually. My volume up, right? Yep, I do. Sometimes my chatter program doesn't work. I don't know why. The right frequency, right? Yep. Not a peep. So I've got auto brake 3, which is on the high side. For a hot day. So I'm real happy with this beta. I went to some of the airports that were lower frame rates before I jumped on the stream, and I'm getting 5 or maybe a little bit more better frame rates, smoother. Went to, of course the weather's different too, but One of the tougher ones is Portland, Oregon. It was doing fine. Pretty airport, but tough on frames. So what do you think of the TBM for, you've had it for what, 4 days now? Oh, check out the optimum altitude now. Cruise. Still says 380. I'd like to know why that XATC thing doesn't work sometimes. Is it here? KILM and approach. My throttle for 1 millimeter, it changed the torque around 15%. Wow. Yeah, I was thinking about maybe making a, well, I showed you how to adjust the curve, but I was thinking about maybe seeing if there's a way to make an LUA script I mean, apart from using your keyboard for throttle up, throttle down. Yeah, I don't know about that. About the altitude modeling. You could send a message on the forum if you're over there. Like I said, there's not much wind tonight.
Go for it. So we want to take a little turn here out towards the beach line there. 74 X-ray Lima, resume on navigation. Information Mike, starting at Wilmington altimeter 2990.
Oh, there, I know what the altimeter is. Thank you. Is it true? It says 2988 here. But I'll go with what he said.
Hey, it's Mike Clark.
Normally optimal altitude changes with around 100 feet per 7 to 10 minutes. Okay. If you don't post something, I'll post something over on the Explain forum. They may not do anything about it for a while, but maybe they will. Changed the curve, and then it didn't respond to my throttle anymore, so I had to change it back. Really? I've never seen that happen before. I can't imagine why it would do that. Curves can be a little bit dicey. I mean, they're difficult. I've never had it just freeze the throttle, but you could use your keyboard, I think. You do a increment throttle up, increment throttle, increment it down to do some fine tuning. Unless you get a cheap throttle. I'll have one for sale hopefully in 3 months. Not a very good one. But I was thinking about making LUA script to do the throttle, but I'd have to learn more about LUA. That's typically how I learn a language, is if I have to do something. So I'm going to get some speed brake out. Keyboard is a good idea, but if my throttle itself remains in the same position, won't that affect it? I don't know. Honestly, don't. But if you've got, you said you've got the Logitech Extreme 3D, right? Because that throttle is so small. If that's what it is.
Quiet evening today. And I'm looking at this mentioned road traffic. Those look pretty fast. That's pretty surprising. I guess people heading home from the beach. Hey, Wilmington Air Shuttle 5758, you're getting stranded here. We're at 11,000. Air Shuttle 5758, Wilmington approach, good evening. Information
Oh,
right now.
you've got to
call,
set.
altimeter
I'll tell you when I
2991.
get down on the ground.
Expect direct
You've got to
staff over
set
the visual
a.
approach. Alright,
I think there's a,
currently we are good for
yeah, there's a switch they have. It's and you can like assign it to a button, and you know, like you've got those big buttons on the left side. You just assign it to that button, and then when you move it down into that range, or when you want to move it down the range, you hit that button and then move it down in that range, and it works. I'll look as soon as I get on the ground. They've got a few very useful buttons. You can also move your throttle in and out of high idle, low idle, and all that with buttons. If you, yeah, that's what I do. 2990.
No other traffic observed. Radar service terminated. Block speed fire. Frequency change approved. Good night. Okay, good night. We'll talk to you in a couple hours. Zero four.
So yeah, live ATC is maybe not as good as VATSIM, but it's close. The brakes always get hot because I have to taxi and high idle. Yeah, yeah, you'll wear them down a little bit. It's a lot cheaper than, yeah, it's a lot cheaper than replacing the brakes on a real TBM. Might hurt your virtual wall a little bit, but your regular one stays okay.
Traffic style 38, Vulcan approach, dial altimeter 2991. Expect direct staff over the visual approach.
Yeah, that's easy to fix. Like I said, if you bring up the sim and you go into the joystick and then click a button and then assign a button, and you type TBM into the search thing, it'll whittle them down to the TBM items. There's quite a few of them, I think. And but I don't remember what the button I've got set is. Nice night, huh? This time of night, the lights look really good. They look really real. It gets darker. They're not as good. Not that good. They're okay. After my last flight, it said my turbines, you really? I guess that's because I went over the limit sometimes for a second when trying to fine tune a millimeter work throttles. It soon looks nice. Yeah, possible.
4644, Wilmington approach, center maintain 7,000. Expect direct staff.
I mean, in theory, you could control the throttle with buttons on the side of the yoke instead of trying to use that throttle. It might work better. I don't know. I've got an old CH throttle. That's what I use. I'm hoping to replace it when the right throttle comes along. There's an A320 throttle. Of course, I know you're limited budget, but the A320 throttle is looks really nice. It would work, and you know, I don't know what it's going to cost. I think it'll probably be 150 or something.
Air Shuttle 5758,
And then,
Wilmington Airport, 11 o'clock, 13 miles. Oh, we got just that Air Shuttle 5758, clear.
And then there's the honeycomb. Yeah, I do that occasionally. Like I said, that's why I've got the weird curve. And I haven't done it so much since I've made that weird curve. But that should work. That kind of an idea should work. I cannot think of a single reason why it wouldn't.
Air Shuttle 5758, contact fire, 119.9, good.
So 1,300 feet. That's where I turn final. So I would be below the MSA there, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Wilmington Tower, wind calm, runway 6, clear to land.
Yes, it's 38, fly heading 130 for traffic, just to maintain 3,000. Yes, it's 38, that traffic, 1 to 2 o'clock, 6 miles northbound, now to indicate 4,000, not talking. No, 4644, fly heading 120, just to maintain 4,000.
120 down 4,000, Endeavor 4644. Firefighter heading for Endeavor 4644.
No, 4644, fly heading 120, 120.
120, thanks, Endeavor 4644.
No, it's 38, that's reached close traffic now, 11 o'clock, 3 miles, northbound, now to indicate 4,000. It's Burma 7090, intercept low flyer, Wilmington Airport, currently 9 to 10 o'clock, 15 miles. Yeah, it's 38, clear visual for runway 6, contact tower 119.10, good night.
Wilmington Tower, wind calm, runway 6, clear to land, traffic on a 2-mile final regional jet.
There, 4644, turn left heading 090, intercept low flyer.
090, Endeavor Advisor, Endeavor 4644.
738, turn left, golf, taxi to parking via Bravo, cross runway 17, remain as frequency.
Maintain 3000 to Wilmington Airport, 10 to 11 o'clock, 15 miles.
3000, now we have the airport in number 4644.
Airport 644, zero visual approach, runway 6, contact tower 119.9, good night.
99, clear visual 6, you have a good night, number 46, with you. Tower number 4644, visual 6.
Houston Tower, Westcom, runway 6, clear to land, traffic, 5 mile final regional jet.
Number 4644.
Thousand to go.
Number 5538, turn left, golf, taxi to parking via Bravo, cross runway 17 at Bravo, remain as frequency.
Approaching minimums. Minimums. Think rate. Think rate.
4644, turn left Golf, taxi departure via Bravo, cross runway 17 at Bravo, remain this frequency.
flight.
Oh, my son came in and I put my microphone on mute. So yeah, I was heavily criticizing myself for being way too high in that approach. Those trees really messed me up. I was like, what do I do? Do I just go through them? Mental note, don't land 3.5 in Wilmington in a big jet, you know, maybe a little jet. Or a little airplane, but not a 738. But runway 6 was in use when we were landing. Oh, you know, if you heard ATC, they're landing runway 6 and the wind is calm. So, and 6 is a longer runway by 1,000 feet and there's no trees in the way. So I ended up coming in high. I didn't float too long, I didn't think, and then you know, I floated a little, but you know, my flare was big, and then I was getting on myself because I didn't do the landing flow. I didn't turn the continuous switches on, didn't check that, and I didn't even arm my friggin' speed brake. So yeah, but I'll get it a few more times. Yeah, I was looking out there and said, wait, where's the end of the runway? And at first I thought, are those VASIs? You know, I should have checked the chart. Well, actually, there's nothing on the chart about whether it has VASIs or PAPIs. So I was like, are those VASIs? You know, I saw the two white lights, but no red next to them. And then I saw the other white light, and I said, oh, look how high I am. Oh my God. So, but my speed was okay the whole time. So, it wasn't that bad. So I blew past taxiway H like it wasn't there. But, yeah, I'm not going to get on myself. Next time, let's see, let's go here, go to Avatab. I do like landing at this airport, though. I really do. Airport. It's just a really nice airport. To me, it's too expensive, but I wanted a Wilmington bad because I really like this. Let me go like this. I really like this terminal. It's a real pretty terminal for a little regional airport. It's real pretty, you know, and the city around it's real pretty too. And my daughter's there, so what can I do? You got to do something. So, but yeah, my son wants me to take him somewhere, so I'm gonna sign off for the night. So I'm gonna take him out so he can buy something. But yeah, that was fun. As bad as the landing, well, it's as not as good as I'd hoped the landing would have been. Still, I'm gonna keep working on those visuals because I just like turning in at 4 mile final, getting ready, and coming in rather than going out for that long ILS downwind. You know, it feels cool. So Anyway, you can get to bed a little earlier tonight. What is it? 2:26 right there? Thereabouts? I like regional airports a lot. I like the big ones too. But maybe if we get more people flying on VATSIM, that these will become more interesting. Yeah. Have a nice evening.